Aegis Limited, part of the $27 billion conglomerate Essar and one of India's largest global outsourcing and technology services company, reached another milestone with its new center in Sivaganga in Tamil Nadu. The foundation stone was laid by Union Finance Minister P. Chidambaram, and the ceremony saw hundreds of locals attend the gathering with hopes that the center will provide jobs to the young educated people of the region.
See, Aegis will give jobs to the youth of this area. This is generally a backward district, basically agriculture. But agriculture can't sustain so many youth as the years roll by. Therefore, I welcome Aegis because it will provide the first non-agricultural entry to the youth of many families. It will give 500 jobs directly. It will also create, say, about 1,000 to 1,500 indirect jobs. So it will bring prosperity to this area. Therefore, I'm very happy that Aegis is coming to this village, to this district, and I welcome them.
This is Aegis' 21st delivery center in India and 57th center globally. The Sivaganga Center will serve local, regional as well as national clients after Chhindwara. This was a strategic move towards having delivery centers in Tier 2 and Tier 3 locations of our country.
I think Aegis Elite is a phenomenal new initiative which we've started at Aegis. Basically, I think the market is moving to Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities, and we thought we needed to come up with something unique to address the need of the market. And Aegis Elite is a concept which is start to finish. We can get it operational in anywhere between 4 and 5 months from start. And this provides opportunities for the local people in terms of job employment, and having 500 to 1,000 jobs at Tier 2, Tier 3 cities, I think is the next step in the evolution of the call center business, at least in India.
I think the Aegis concept works very well because you've got to do horses for courses. So when a class of international clients do in a particular area, domestic clients which needs local language, local nuance, the local dialect, you've got to do in the local area. And I think this works very well because the people who call up can identify with the agents because they're just from the same area. I think this concept works very well.
Speaking on the occasion, Finance Minister P. Chidambaram was very encouraging of the private sector investments in critical sectors and in diverse geographies, which he says is the only way for the country to provide jobs and progress further. His message was clear that going forward, his government will step up the efforts to clear more investment proposals.
We must identify the bottleneck and remove the bottleneck. And as far as state governments are concerned, I think it is their primary responsibility to provide land, electricity and water. If these three basic inputs are provided, industry will come. Today, Indian industry is investing abroad, not because they don't want to invest in India. That's because they find that the opportunity cost of investing abroad is better than the opportunity cost of investing in India. So I think state governments must assure every business house, every potential industrialist, every potential entrepreneur, come to my state, I assure you land, water and electricity.
A majority of Essar's investments are in India, and going forward, the various companies will continue to expand in other parts of the country as well. And while the Finance Minister welcomed the move to set up the Aegis Center, the chairman of the group is keen that the local youth benefit and get a chance to improve their lives.
This is a modest initiative. For the Ruya group, I think they can take a bigger initiative. But I'm sure once they find that the people of this district are very hospitable and friendly, and this modest initiative is a success, I will go back to him and ask him to start a bigger one.
What is your message, Shri P?
Well, I'm happy to be here, especially to look at all the development work that has gone on here over the last 5 years. I was amazed at the number of colleges, institutions that I came across along the way from Madurai. And this is the base on which we can develop the students. Immediately there is a potential to get 500 jobs going here. But more importantly, we want to show a quality of life. That's more important for us. Just merely providing jobs is not the end. The people must have quality of life, and they must be employable anywhere else in the world.
For now, the focus of Aegis is to get the centre up and running from scratch as soon as possible in order to ensure that jobs start flowing to the local economy. But clearly, the learning from this experience has been tremendous, and the company is now looking at expanding its reach with similar models overseas.
I think, with the success of Aegis Elite in Chhindwara and now that we're launching in Sivaganga, I think we're looking at Elite not as just a way to roll out in other cities in India, but we're also considering maybe looking at Elite in Sri Lanka, because it's a low-cost option, and once we try in one destination overseas, maybe this might be the model to launch in new countries globally.
The latest move is another reflection of the commitment made by Essar and its companies to add to the economic growth of the local communities while pursuing their vision of being a respected global entrepreneur.